Welcome everybody to a new installment on my YouTube channel here today. So, what a pay-per-view! NXT Vengeance Day just ended a little bit ago. This will be my NXT Vengeance Day reaction video. I'm going to go over my predictions as I uploaded last night, and we are going to see which ones I got right and which ones I got wrong. So let's get started with the first match of the show. Was for the NXT North American Championship when the champion Wesley defended his NXT North American Championship against Dijak. And the North American title match, what a opener this was. This was a good match between Wesley and Dijak for the NXT North American Championship. It was back and forth the whole match. Awesome match. The close to the end, Dijak took a chair that one of the people at Wingside was sitting in, and he sat Wesley in it, and then he put a broom. He put a broom in between the arms and trapped Wesley in the chair. He hit him with a super kick, and then he was going to the top rope and going to moonsault onto Wesley, who was in the chair. But when he would moonsault, he wouldn't hit Wesley. He would hit Tony D'Angelo, who came out and took the moonsault for Wesley. And in the end, in the ring, Wesley would defeat Dijak to retain his North American Championship. So yes, Wesley, still your NXT North American Champion. So I have gotten 1 right so far and 0 wrong. If I mess up the order of the matches went, I'm sorry, but kind of forgot which matches went first. Next match, the women's tag team championship match, when the champions Katana Chase and Kayden Carter defended their tag team titles against Fallon Henley and Kiana James. At the end of the match, there was a roll up. And as a roll up, either Katana or either Henley or Kiana held either Katana and Carter's legs down. And 1, 2, 3, and we have new NXT Tag Team Champions in Fallon Henry and Kiana James. So now I am 1-1 in the predictions. The next match was a 2 out of 3 falls match, and it was Apollo Crews going 1-on-1 against Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams. So Apollo Crews and Carmelo Hayes had a good 2 out of 3 falls match. With Carmelo Hayes scoring both falls. So Carmelo Hayes defeats Apollo Crews in the 2 out of 3 falls match. At the end of the match, Dabba-Kato would make his NXT return, when he would come out and he would help Apollo Crews But then he would turn on Apollo Crews and beat down Apollo Crews. So now Dabba-Kato, Commander Aziz, is back in NXT. So I have gotten 2 right and 1 wrong so far. The next match was the NXT Tag Team Championship match, when the champions The New Day would defend their titles against Gallus, Pretty Deadly, and Chase University. This was an okay Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was okay. I believe Duke Hudson would be put through the announcer's table by Gallus. Coffee, I believe, would pin Xavier Woods, and the winners and the new NXT Tag Team Champions are Gallus, Coffee, and Wolfgang. So yeah, it was an okay Fatal 4-Way match. I guess we can all know why they had the New Day lose the titles, because by the way it looks, they're going back to the main roster. You've seen SmackDown. Maybe they are going to Raw and feuding with the Judgment Day. Who knows? Since they were in that segment with Rey Mysterio and Dominic Friday night on SmackDown. So yeah, I am 2-2 in the predictions. In the last 2 matches, the next match was the Triple Threat Women's NXT Championship title match, when the champion Roxanne Perez would defend her NXT Women's title against Gigi Dolan and Jacy Jayne. This was a good women's Triple Threat match. Gigi and Jacy would fight each other in the match, mostly beating down on Roxanne. Honestly, watching this gave felt like we were watching a little callback to Survivor Series 2009, the Triple Threat WWE Championship match between John Cena and DX. So yeah, this felt like this match a little bit. So yeah, so Roxanne Perez, Gigi and Jacy would set up a table at ringside. And on the top rope, Roxanne was going to hit her finisher on Jacy Jayne off the top rope. Gigi Dolan would get on the apron, trying to save Jacy. But Roxanne Perez would kick Gigi off the apron, and Gigi Dolan would go through the table at ringside. Roxanne Perez would hit her finisher off the top rope on the Jacy Jayne, 1, 2, 3, and Roxanne Perez retains her NXT Women's Championship. Yes, good triple threat match between these 3. So now I am 3-2 in the predictions. And the main event for the night was the steel cage match for the NXT Championship. The champion Braun Breaker going one-on-one against Grayson Waller. This was a short steel cage match, but it was okay. It wasn't bad. During the match, Grayson Waller would attack Braun before the bell, kicking the door on him when he was about to enter, and they would fight on the outside a little bit. Then they would get in the ring, and the bell would ring. And they would have a pretty okay but short match. Okay but short match. Grayson Waller would be... he would trap Braun Breaker in the ropes, and he would attack Braun. Grayson Waller would go to the top of the cage, and he was going to jump onto Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker would go up the turnbuckle and grab Grayson. He would suplex Grayson Waller from the top rope. Grayson Waller was laying on top of the cage, and off the top of the cage and down to the mat with a big old suplex. And then Braun Breaker would take the straps down, and he'd go and He'd grab Grayson Waller by the hair, and he would talk trash, and then Grayson Waller would shove Braun's face. He would shove his face out of the way. That made Braun mad, and then Braun Breaker would run against the ropes, and then run against the ropes again, and would hit Grayson Waller with a devastating spear. And 1, 2, 3, Braun Breaker retains the NXT Championship. So yes, it was a good little short main event. Also, they had there was stipulation added that they could only win by pinfall or submission. They could not escape the cage. It wouldn't count. So Braun Breaker retained the NXT Championship. Then he would go to the top of the cage, stay on top of the cage with the championship. But on the apron, on the stage, would come out Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, standing at the top of the stage, staring at Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker would look back, and as I guess we could tell from this that the next NXT pay-per-view, Stand and Deliver, will feature Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes as the main event for the championship. So that's the end of NXT Vengeance Day. Good pay-per-view overall. That's gonna do it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on everything at Evans Wrestling on the Randomness, and don't forget that I'll have a No Way Out 2003 pay-per-view review coming out soon, and a Elimination Chamber 2014 pay-per-view coming out soon. It's going to be coming to you guys, so don't miss out on any future videos, because we're just only getting there, only starting, because a bunch of great videos going to be coming in the next few weeks and the next month. So also don't forget, Elimination Chamber 2023 predictions will be Friday, February 17th, the day before the Chamber. I will bring you guys that video as well. So yes, there'll be, as I said, there'll be a whole lot more videos coming out month of February. So don't miss out on any future videos. That's going to do it for this video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Also, put in the comments what you thought of NXT Vengeance Day. That was a good show. So that's going to do it for this video. See you guys.